Hello drama lovers, welcome back to Mao Chanel and don't forget to like and follow us. Breaking news. They didn't speak. They didn't touch. Yet, in a crowded fashion week filled with flashing lights and flawless faces, a single glance between Bailu and Joseph Zeng stopped time itself. Was it coincidence? Or something deeper hiding in plain sight? Tonight, we unravel the stare that shook the internet. Fashion week in Paris is always dazzling silk gowns, tailored tuxedos, and the heartbeat of global trends. But this year, beyond the runway and the celebrities, there was one unplanned performance that made fans across the world hold their breath. Bailu, known for her ethereal beauty and her magnetic presence in dramas like Love is Sweet and Ordinary Greatness, arrived in her signature style, calm, composed, elegant. Cameras adored her, as they always do. Yet this time, she wasn't just a spectator. She was unknowingly part of a story. Across the room, under the spotlight of the runway, stood Joseph Zeng, an actor and idol whose rise in recent years feels unstoppable. With sharp charisma and a presence that's both commanding and mysterious, Joseph wasn't just another guest, he was part of the show, embodying a style narrative crafted by one of the world's most luxurious brands. And then it happened. A glance. Quick. Almost unnoticeable. But caught by dozens of high-definition cameras, slowed down by fan edits, and replayed thousands of times across TikTok and Weibo. Bailu looked up. Joseph Zeng looked back. And for a fraction of a second, their eyes locked. To an outsider, it might seem small, even meaningless. But to the world of fandoms, where every detail matters, it was a thunderclap. Fans zoomed in, captured screenshots, and debated endlessly. Was this a polite acknowledgement, a flicker of familiarity, or the beginning of something more? The tension wasn't just imagined, it was felt. Bailu's lips curled in the faintest, almost imperceptible smile. Joseph, on the other hand, maintained his composure, his gaze firm but softened just enough to suggest recognition. It wasn't just two stars sharing a moment. It was two worlds colliding under the harsh, beautiful glow of fashion's spotlight. The timing couldn't have been more perfect or suspicious. For months, whispers had been circling. Are Bailu and Joseph closer than they let on? Their schedules often overlapped in uncanny ways. Industry insiders hinted at private dinners, shared acquaintances, and quiet support in each other's projects. But neither ever confirmed, denied, or even addressed the rumors. So when the cameras caught that look, it wasn't just a look. It was a spark thrown into dry grass. Within hours, hashtags exploded. Bailu Joseph Zeng, Fashion Week glance, suspicious eye contact. Weibo trend. TikTok edits went viral. And suddenly, a runway show turned into a global guessing game of love, fate, and unspoken stories. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This isn't the first time. Fans quickly dug up old clips from variety shows, drama promotions, even behind-the-scenes reels. Little hints, subtle smiles, lingering looks. Were we blind all along? And just like that, the moment became more than a glance. It became a puzzle. One that millions were desperate to solve. Transition building the suspense. But if you think this is just fan imagination, wait until you hear what happened next, because the story doesn't end with a stare. After the clip spread like wildfire, online communities went into overdrive. Entire threads were dedicated to dissecting their body language. Lip readers tried to guess if Bailu whispered something under her breath. Fashion analysts even claimed Joseph adjusted his stride when his gaze met hers. It wasn't just about the moment anymore, it was about the meaning. For Bailu's fans, It was a delicate situation. She has always been careful about her public image, elegant, professional, untouchable. Romance rumors could be both thrilling and dangerous. Many of her fans expressed excitement she deserves someone who looks at her that way, while others felt protective, reminding everyone that Bailu deserves privacy. Joseph's fandom, too, was divided. Some celebrated the possibility of him finding connection with someone equally beloved. Others grew defensive, wary of shipping wars and unnecessary drama. But instead of cooling down, the conversation heated up further when insiders began leaking subtle hints. One stylist mentioned casually that Bailu and Joseph had similar tastes in art. Another industry source claimed they were seen attending the same private event weeks before. Nothing confirmed, nothing solid, but enough to keep the internet buzzing. And then came the silence. Neither Bailu nor Joseph addressed it. No interviews, no clarifications, not even a cryptic post. The silence itself became the loudest answer. Because sometimes, saying nothing says everything. Cliffhanger moments like this are the fuel of fandom. Theories multiplied. Some insisted it's just coincidence, two professionals being polite. Others swore it's the kind of spark that only reveals itself once in a lifetime. The truth, maybe it's both. Maybe it's neither. But one thing is undeniable. In just a few seconds of eye contact, Bailu and Joseph Zeng reminded us why we fall so hard for K-drama, K-pop, and celebrity culture in the first place. Because deep down, we want to believe in love stories written in secret, hidden between glances, waiting to be discovered. Transition raised the stakes. But what if this wasn't just a random coincidence? What if Bailu and Joseph have been carefully hiding in plain sight all along? Fans began retracing the past year like detectives in a drama. They noticed how Joseph once recommended a book in an interview, the very same book Bailu was seen carrying weeks later. They remembered that strange moment during a live broadcast when Joseph's phone buzzed, and he smiled at a notification, only to go completely flustered when someone asked if it was her. Coincidence or connection? Even stylistic choices became suspect. At a red carpet event earlier this year, Bailu wore a stunning silver gown. Just months later, Joseph appeared in a campaign shoot with a silver suit that looked eerily like a matching set. Was it fashion, or was it a hidden message? And perhaps the boldest clue: